Hello guys, this is Gibran and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is for all the future entrepreneurs who are living in Germany and they want to start their own business. I also believe that this job life which I'm pursuing is not something that I want to do till my retirement. I would also like to start my own business someday, not today. Let's get back to our topic. Today I have a guest with me who started his own business in Germany after completing his studies. And he is here today to tell us all about his experience, his journey, that how he started his business in Germany. So Aazar, before we dive into our topic, can you please tell a bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Aazar and I am living in Germany for last 6 years. I came to Germany for education and it was a free education, and for 3 years I studied, and while studying I was also working. I worked for a lot of different companies. I started my journey in startups. After that, I was while studying, I worked for a Silicon Valley startup, and that's how I got into startup world. And right now, I am head of growth at User Pilot. I had two startups. One was Uber for long distance logistics, and the other one was on GDPR software.
Wow, you have experience of opening not one business in Germany but two. Great work. So, my first question regarding this is that what is the first thing you need in order to start a business?
So I have started a business, and I think I am now expert in Germany. What is the first thing you need to start a business in Germany? Is an idea, right? So you have an idea, you have a concept that you think that you can do really good at, and you are passionate about it. You know how it works. You have some experience in that industry or topic, and let's say you have all the basics, right? You know what it is to have a business idea and a startup. The first thing after that you need to know is who you should work with, who are your co-founders, and if you have figured that out, then you need to think about validation. You don't need to right away start your business and just go and start your business. You actually have to go in there and think about if you can start a project without even starting officially, because it will take time. It will take time to validate the idea, it will take time to observe the idea, it will take time to know the market demand, it will take time to research the product or market. And once you are really sure that this is the idea you want to start with, you will try to find your first customer. And if you get your first customer who asks for your business invoice, then is the point to think about running a business in Germany. I recently found out in a stats from stripe.com that it takes maximum 9 days to actually start a business in Germany, and which is pretty much possibly true.
So Aazar, let's suppose that now I have an idea, I have validated it, I have seen a potential in my idea, and I have also found my first customer who asked me about for an invoice. Then what should be my next step? What should I do?
So what you do is you decide which kind of business you want to go with.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go with, let's say, UG or GmbH. UG is a small kind of personal business where you don't have it can just register for €1, and €1 is the capital, actually, not the cost of operations to get the business company registered. And the other one is GmbH, which is €25,000. So yeah, €25,000 is capital. So you need to decide which one is actually you want to go with.
Sorry, Aazar, to cut you off, but I have a question regarding these two. Can you tell us a bit about the pros and cons of UG and GmbH?
One is UG. UG is the easiest to get started with. But if you start a business in Germany, if you have an UG, people sometimes don't take you very seriously. So really decide if you really want to go with it. But if I had to start a business again, I would not start with GmbH, I would start with UG, because if you are really solving a challenging problem, then it doesn't matter if it's UG or GmbH, people will take you seriously. And GmbH, why people do it? They do it because they wanna. It's just for impression, and that you have invested more capital in it. So that's the reason why people go with UG and GmbH. Just to let you know, regardless of businesses, UG is €1 capital minimum, but you have to put some money in. For example, let's say you have to invest at least €1,000 initially if you are one or two co-founders, and to actually pay the bank, pay the notar, and GmbH cost is the same. The only thing is Notar takes a little bit more money in GmbH because Notar takes a percentage of it. So in general, UG costs 300 euros if you don't need any translation, if you all speak German and understand the German contract. And if you don't understand German contract, then they need to translate it as well. So I personally recommend to have a translation so that you can understand what's the stakes in there, what are the shares, and that you understand everything and ask the notar to translate it as well. You can give them a template or something as well. For GmbH, there's one other thing. You don't have to invest directly 25,000 euros. You have to invest 12,500, which is kind of a half money, but the liability still is on you. So it's all about liability. And GmbH is distributed liability, and UG is also no liability. But GmbH has more impression, like a better impression of a company. So you decide which one.
So you mentioned Notar. So what I understood from Notar that if I have to open a business, I have to register it with the help of Notar. He will take care of the contract, and if I need a translation of the contract, then I also have to inform him. And it is also recommended that it is a good idea to have a translation, because this will help me understand the contract, and also if I want to add or subtract any clause or anything like that from the contract, then in that case I can also tell Notar about it. Good, I get that. Aazar, somewhere you mentioned about the bank. Can you tell a bit about the bank, which bank I should choose and what things I should keep in mind before selecting a bank or opening an account? How does it work?
The banks, you should decide banks you're more comfortable with, will respond to you better. It could be online bank as well, such as N26, Fidor Bank, but it should be a business account. That's the thing. So now what happens is once the notar sends the document, he will send the handle register ask you to pay the money. And once handle register asks you to pay the money, you still you can get started with your business. Couple of months later, you will also get a letter from an Aazar that you need to go and register for your tax ID. So as a business, what you need is an invoice, to ability to give an invoice to your customer. You need a Steuernummer and you need a Steuer ID number. These are two things as a business you need to put it in your invoice to start charging somebody. So that's why Finanzamt is important. You have to pay some money to Finanzamt as well and sign those documents, approve that you're doing this business, and that's done.
So that means I can only choose this new Steuer number to bill the customer. I can't use the one which we usually get when we register ourselves in Germany. One more thing regarding this tax number, I heard that I also need a VAT ID. So I'm guessing that Finanzamt will give me this, right?
Yeah, so Finanzamt actually will give you tax and VAT ID, and you need to have that to charge your customers.
So after all this hassle, my business is finally registered. But you know, Aazar, that as a foreigner in Germany, I also need a visa. If I'm not wrong, then I think I need like a self-employed visa. Can you tell a bit about that?
Self-employed visa is totally different game. So let's say you have a business, you've graduated from Germany, you have all the resources, you have a bank, you have everything. What you need to do is you need to go to Kreisverwaltung Referat and ask them, hey, you want to start a business, or you already have a business and you want to register a business, you were an employed person or whatever your status is. And then that's another complete process. There you have to submit your bank details, your passport, and your status and your business plan, and that will go to the Chamber of Commerce and they will evaluate your application. It takes around 5 to 6 months usually to give a response. They will ask you how likely you're going to be financially, what are the financials of the company, what's the business idea, if you're a student, how is it connected to your current degree. There are tons of other documents that you need to know and send them, but basically financial plan and business plan you have to send them, and once this is approved, you will get a self-employed visa. And self-employed visa has some cons as well. So at self-employed visa, if you don't pay Renteversicherung, it doesn't count in your residency. And as a self-employed person, you have to pay your own health insurance. And so do remember that once you are at that status, you have to keep paying your own money and you have to pay full money. So whatever the money you earn, the taxable income, you have to pay 14.6% on it. And you pay yourself and they take it from your bank, not your employer. So that's that.
Nice. So I am legally allowed to run that business in Germany and also to stay in Germany. But I have heard that as a business owner, it is recommended to have a Steuerberater, like a tax advisor in Germany. When should I get a tax advisor? What would be the perfect time?
As soon as your business is started running and you have a couple of customers, I'd highly recommend to get a tax advisor. You can Google it nearby by your city or country or wherever you are, and the tax advisor will do two things. One thing, he will keep telling you what kind of business do you need, what is the VAT ID, and those things. The tax advisor here also do the employer payroll as well, so that is also useful if you start hiring people. So I would recommend to start looking for tax advisor. And tax advisor usually, it's not mandatory, but if you don't know German that well, it's very hard. And if you don't know the regulation that well, it's very hard. So I would recommend to have a tax advisor. A tax advisor normally, even if you have no profit and no invoices the whole year, would cost you 500 euros. So this is a business cost. In general, if you do nothing and you just have registered the company, it takes 1,000 euros per year to actually run the business, even if you're not making any revenues or profit. It's just a cost that you have to incur, which includes tax advisor money, Chamber of Commerce membership, Handels Register money, and yeah, a couple of other costs that you might have never thought about it will also incur.
Thanks, Aazar, for sharing this information. Now, do you have any do's or don'ts before starting a business in Germany?
Yeah, so this is a generic advice. If you're starting a business or startup in Germany, I would highly recommend to have a German co-founder or German person in your team who's passionate about your business and topic, not just German. I made the mistake, and I would highly recommend to have somebody German, because if you don't know that well German, you don't know how paperwork work, and that's the most boring and effortful thing to have as a startup in Germany. There's a lot of barriers. In UK or in US, it's very easy to start a business, but in Germany, it's very hard to start a business. So do remember that you need somebody to guide you along the lines. The second thing is that I would recommend when you're starting a startup in Germany is that there are a lot of scholarships in here. So there's exist for students who are graduating from universities. It's like a salary for you for a year to actually work on your project. I'd highly recommend that. Then I would also recommend to look at if you live in Berlin or Munich, there are other kind of grants. And if you have medtech or anything that is improving the society, you probably get more scholarship. So before even going to venture route or angel round or investment round or friend and family round, you can actually look at these different opportunities where you can keep business running and keep moving forward without having to owe somebody money. And the last thing I want to tell you is that validate your product and idea as much as you can before registering your business. Many people don't take this seriously. Some of them have just an entrepreneurship fascination and they want to do this, but I would highly recommend you to validate your business as much as possible. Validate it so much that the customer who needs your business says, hey, please register the business, please send me an invoice, I want your business, I want to work with your solution or business right now. And that's something that I would recommend to work on a product where you really know who the customer is, they really need your product, and they really need it now. And so regardless of what idea you have, what topic you want to work on, validate your business, validate your startup, because that's where the most startup fail, because they don't try to, the product they are able to make, but the market they are not able to match it, and there's a lack of product market fit. And the last advice for you as starting a business in startup is be very passionate about your product and market. I wasn't very passionate about the privacy market, and I went into privacy market because there was a free scholarship. That was stupid of me, and I don't want you to make that mistake. If you are not excited by the product, by the market, or by the topic or the industry or the people you work with in that industry. So I didn't like data protection officers, and I didn't kept working with them, and that made me sad. So this is called passion founder fit and passion product fit, passion industry fit. Do this before actually starting your business. So these are a couple of key advices that would really be useful to you. and I'd highly recommend to follow these before having any kind of business. That's all from my side.
Thank you again for sharing these wonderful tips. I hope that somebody can benefit from them. And also, thank you again, Aazar, for taking time out of your busy schedule and sharing these information with us.
Thank you for inviting me here, and appreciate you reading my blog and making it a video.
Why not, Aazar? You have an awesome blog, and it really helps people who want to start their business in Germany. And also, there are some other things who can people can benefit from it. So I would really recommend you guys to check out his blog. I will put the link in the description. So Aazar, at the end of the video, can you tell my viewers that how they can find you if they have any questions regarding opening a business or any struggle or anything like that? So how they can contact you, how they can reach you?
If you want to reach out to me, talk to me, I have a Facebook page called facebook.com/AzzarHelps. And you can like me and you can chat with me there. And you can reach out to me on my website, azzarshad.com. And if you want to have email, you can reach out to me, azzar@azzarshad.com. And I'm happy to help if you have any questions, and if you are struggling somewhere. But Germany is a great place to start a business, but there are some kind of hurdles that you have to overcome, and I've told you those hurdles, so hopefully you don't make those mistakes like me.
So guys, I hope you like the video. If you want to share this information with your friends or in your community, then share this video with them. And if you find this information useful, then don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time with another interesting topic. Till then, ciao.